Hey YouTube, I'm going to give a brief overview on the format of Feer Fest 2 and how it works. In the background, we're going to have Joria's versus Daniel replays from Joria's perspective. But I just want to zip through it real quick. So, in case you guys don't know, we usually do open qualifiers, closed qualifiers, and usually invites to the main event. So, as you can see, we're doing the same thing this time around. And what that means is that people who get invited to the main event don't need to play any preliminary tournaments. The closed qualifier inviters, they get invited by tweeting #FeerFest and adding me. There's usually top 100 players who are going to be able to skip the first qualification. And then there's open qualifiers there at the bottom, which refers to everybody who wants to play. Anybody can play in them. They're actually happening right now, so it is a little bit late to let you guys know. But just know in the future, we usually have these open qualifiers. You can thank Buried Living, the Twitch mod, for that. So the first stage as we move forward is to play out those open qualifiers. Players will play through the different open qualifiers for the various regions, and I believe 2 players will move on. And they move on to the closed qualifiers. So everybody who was invited via Twitter, as well as the players who made it through open, will play in the closed qualifier, of which will result in 2 more players from each region being added to the main event. So 6 of the 8 players will get invited directly to the main event, and then 2 will come from that region. And there will be 8 players per region, if that isn't clear. So the reason why there are 8 players per region is it's a nice number for an 8-player single elimination bracket, and that is what the main event is going to be. There's going to be 4 different regional tournaments, all on consecutive days, starting on the 27th with Sam, then I believe 28th the Middle East, 29th North America, and then finally 30th EU, with the World Final being on the 31st. So the way these players are going to qualify for the World Final is by finishing top 2 in one of these regional tournaments. So the top 2 players from North America, Middle East, SAM, and EU will all qualify for the World Final, where one final single elimination bracket of 8 will decide who is the Feer Fest 2 champion. And one side of the bracket will be North America and Middle East, so that they can play on fair EU servers right in between. And one side will be EU and SAM, and they'll play on US East servers, which is right in between. And then hopefully the final is something that isn't ridiculous server-wise. We'll have to figure it out when we get there. But that's going to be it. And just so you guys know, this YouTube is definitely the place to follow to see the majority of games, but half of the main event brackets will be covered by other streamers, and they may or may not upload those YouTube videos. So maybe tweet at them, let them know. I believe as of right now, we have Corelli running the NA, Sanfei running the SAM, Roll Diz is going to help us with the Middle East, and Shogun is going to help with EU. So those Twitch streams are going to have half of the brackets being played, as well as they can do whatever they want in terms of YouTube videos. So on this channel, you'll see one side of the bracket. I will try and pick the more interesting side of the bracket based on what I decide, which probably means I'll have the 1 seed side of the bracket on all of the tournaments. But anyways, just thought I'd let you guys know how Feer Fest 2 is going to work. It's going to be much faster than it was last time around. It took a couple months to finish it. This time, it should be 1 week. It is set to be 1 week. There are set times for every game. So, yeah, that's it. Check out the link in the descriptions for things like dates and times, or links to the open qualifiers, or stream other streams that are going to be streaming the event. And that should be everything. So I'm going to cut you off here early for Daniel and Joria's. If you guys want to watch the Daniel and Joria's 1v1, you've been excited about watching this replay in the background, then just head to the YouTube video for it. It is a YouTube video on my channel. Just search Daniel and Joria's. I'm sure you'll find it. So thanks, and hopefully you guys are excited for Feer Fest 2 like I am.